reasonably new to the SRE accident, I guess you would say 50 years of history. I returned to the area just a few years ago, and what I was trying to do is understand the relevance of the SRE accident to cleanup of the Santa Susana site. Clearly, if stuff was released and it went off-site, it wouldn't be there to be cleaned up today. When I look at the picture out in the lobby, I basically see SRE is gone. So this whole discourse is irrelevant to cleaning up the SRE site. Why people continue to waste energy and resources on trying to reconstruct a 50-year-old accident, I still don't understand. The general consensus from the panel was that if the fuel did not melt, the cesium and iodine and volatile fission products would not escape. Professor Denning and Paul Picard were pretty clear on it. Tom Cochran, in my perception, went pretty far into saying that it was not a severe accident, would have been far less than TMI. When Dan Hirsch attacks the DOE participants as being bought and paid for by DOE, therefore you shouldn't believe their testimony, I think that's really unwarranted and unjustified. Tom Cochran tried, I believe, to be as objective and technically accurate as his constituency would allow. He is a member of Dan's constituency, and if you watched his eye motion during the presentation, he would occasionally glance over to Dan for a cue, or, I don't know what you're asking for.
Give me a break.
There are people in this room who have loudly and frequently proclaimed that SRE accident was by far the worst meltdown in U.S. history, 250 times worse than TMI. Maybe we can put this thing to bed once and for all. Is it your technical and professional view that this indeed was 250 times worse than TMI, or was it something less than TMI? And additionally, is it relevant to the further cleanup of Santa Susana, or can we once and for all forget about the accident and move on with getting the hill cleaned up so that the environment is protected?
Well, first of all, the noble gases are long gone. They're dispersed in the northern hemisphere and probably mildly in the southern hemisphere, but not so much. The iodine is gone. A rule of thumb is in 10 half-lives, you're down by a factor of 1,000, and in 20 half-lives by 1,000,000. So 20 times 8 days is 160 days. The iodine was gone. So, but it was what was left of iodine 131 was 1 part in a million of whatever was released. So then there's the cesium and the strontium, 30-year half-lives. I don't think those are. I don't think those are released in amounts that would exceed background levels. So I don't think what was released from this particular accident has anything to do with cleanup of the facility. I do think there could be contamination of building structure, and now the building's gone, so there could be spots at and around the site that deserve surveys and appropriate cleanup action. But I think that's true of the larger area of the site as well.